Hi guys, so today I'm going to be doing a Q&A video. I posted on my Instagram and Twitter asking you guys what questions you had for me, so today I'm going to be answering those questions. So let's go ahead and get started. The first question is from Sweetheart8278, and she asks, what did you enjoy the most about being a student nurse? There are so many things that I enjoyed about being a student nurse, and I think the main thing is, and as cliche as this sounds, was learning. I just enjoyed everything. Was so new and so different, and it was so fun to be hands-on. Most colleges or degrees that you get, you're kind of sitting in a classroom being lectured at, and I loved that as a student nurse we actually got to be hands-on doing labs and clinicals and applying what we learned in lecture. The next question is from Edith.Alanis, and she said, what are your thoughts on mental health nursing as a profession? And I really like this question because I'm going to be 100% honest here. When I did my psych clinicals, I did not really enjoy them at all. It was not my thing, but I learned a lot from it, and I learned a lot of things that I have taken to my other clinicals and my future career as a nurse. And so I think mental health nurses as a profession is wonderful. I'm so thankful for the people who love that job and love that profession and love mental health, because it's not something that I personally can see myself doing. And so I'm thankful for the people that love it, because that means that I don't have to do it. The next question is from Stuck in a Paper Town, and she asks, what do you wish you were taught more in school, skill-wise and lecture-wise? And this is a hard question for me because I truly feel like, at least the school that I went to, that I was very much prepared in my lectures, in my clinicals, and my labs. I guess the main thing as far as my nursing school experience is if we could have done more clinicals and maybe less labs or simulations. That's always great. Hands-on experience is always great, but I still felt like the labs and simulations really prepared me. So I really am hung up on this answer. I don't have a good answer as far as what I wished I was taught more. I think once I'm in the real nursing world and have worked for a while, I can say, okay, yeah, I wish I was taught this in school. Like, I never heard of this, or I didn't get enough practice with this. So maybe in a few months I can answer that question, but as of right now, I feel like nursing school prepared me as best as I can to go into a real nursing job. The next question is from Tiffany McCoy 5. She says, I just started nursing school and I'm super overwhelmed with all the assignments and labs and everything they have thrown at us already. How did you get organized and get everything together to get all of your assignments and studying done? / how did you develop your study routine when you first started? And I actually just did a video on this last week about how I stayed organized. So I will link that video down below, and I will put it above so it pops up above. But basically I just wrote all my assignments down, I studied every day, and I kept a really solid routine. You know, I didn't let myself say, oh, you know, I can study tomorrow, or I can do that assignment tomorrow. I would always get my assignments done early and ahead of time, and I would just budget my time and my schedule out so that way I had enough time for everything. The next question is from Princess Ingy, and she says, what are some good things to put on your resume? And this is a great question, because I am applying for jobs and have a resume made up right now, and I think the best thing to put on a resume personally is experience. If you have volunteer experience, if you have experience that is in the healthcare field, or even if you have a job that you can link that experience to nursing, really putting those bullet points and information on there so that way people who are looking at your resume can say, oh, you know, they haven't done anything nursing, but they worked in a restaurant and they have good time management, they have good customer service, they're good at working with people and organizing their time, and they can relate that to nursing. The next question is from Megan Bubkey, and she asks, what was the hardest class that you have taken in nursing school? And I believe that psych was my hardest class because I didn't necessarily enjoy the material so much. Every other class that I took in nursing school I pretty much, you know, really enjoyed. Psych was probably the hardest class, and I struggled the most in that class, but again, like I said earlier, I did learn a lot from it. Megan Bubkey also asked, what is your best tip that a professor has given you throughout nursing school? And I said this in a couple of my videos, but a teacher in my first semester of nursing school, like the first week of nursing school, told me and the group of people that I was with, she said, think about how scared you are right now. Think about how you're feeling and how nervous you are. And that's how your patients feel in the hospital. So how you're feeling right now is the closest that you will probably ever be to feeling like how your patients are feeling being in the hospital and feeling nervous and scared and vulnerable. And keep that feeling and hold on to it, because once you've been a nurse for a few years, you're going to forget what it's like to just go into a patient's room and interrupt them when they're sleeping, or how they're actually feeling. So that has stuck with me throughout nursing school, and I hope to remember that feeling and remember what that professor has said throughout my nursing career. The last question is from Sydney Morrison 92. She said, did you work during nursing school? And yes, I worked throughout college up until my last semester of nursing school. I had a couple of jobs. I worked with my brother who's special needs. I also taught private piano and violin and viola lessons out of my house. So I had a very flexible job and work schedule. And I worked because I liked working, and of course, I had bills to pay. But I stopped working my last semester of nursing school to solely focus on school. But other than that, yes, I worked throughout my entire college career. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I love doing Q&As, and if you have any other questions, leave those down below and I can answer those via comments. But keep an eye out on my Instagram and Twitter for when I do another Q&A in the future, and my links to my social media are all down below. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye.